Hey, everybody. Welcome to the pregame show for the playoffs. The playoffs are here. All right. Everybody, how's it going? So it's the Montreal Canadiens in Toronto to take on the Toronto Maple Leafs in game one of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Hang on, I just want to get my Twitch thing going there. I don't know if I got the sound on or not. No, I don't. Awesome. All right, so back to you guys. So it's game one of the Montreal Canadiens in Toronto. Big game, a lot of excitement. Kind of the underdog. Well, not kind of. Montreal is definitely the underdog going into this series. And yeah, this should be a really good game. Should be a lot of fun. Let's see who's here. ASC, Harry Rice, how's it going? Jackson, Daryl Adams. Let's see, Arsa, some old guy. Pablo, hey Pablo, Kurt, Jason, Mark Roy, and Matt Outdoor. How's it going, everybody? Thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate that. And hopefully we'll have a little fun for the pregame. And let me put up my banners so that everybody knows what's going on. Let's see. Yeah, why not do that one? And let's not do that. Let's just do that one. How's that? So let's see what you guys are saying. How am I feeling about tonight's game? Well, how do I want to put it? I think Montreal can win here. I think that I don't hold out a lot of hope though for the first game. Honestly, I don't. I think Toronto is going to come out like gangbusters. I think they're going to be nervous, though. This is where I think is the unknown, right? How nervous is Toronto going to be? Are they going to be nervous at all? Are they not? Are they going to be very nervous? I think Montreal doesn't have the pressure Toronto does. So I think it can go either way. I really do. I said in my preview that I think Toronto wins tonight, but I'm still taking Montreal 3-2. And yeah, I mean, is that clear enough? I don't know. It's not clear very much, right? But I mean, I don't know how else to put it. So hang on a second. Zachary, thank you. Zachary is a Leafs fan, but he's a cool Leafs fan. And Zachary, same to you for your team. May the best team win. I mean, that's exactly how it is. Harry Rice is in the room. Hey, Harry, how's it going? Thanks for being here. I appreciate that. I mean, you can. I don't know what you can come on if you want because you have the link. Let's see. Habs have to. These glasses aren't great for this distance of my screen, but I want a different look there. So no vanity there at all. No. Habs have to get to Campbell early, and vice versa with Price. Yeah, listen, I think Habs kind of do it. If they can open the scoring, I think it'd be great, right? If the Leafs are nervous and Habs open the scoring and are playing well, boy, it can maybe throw them off. We'll see. Now, don't forget, whatever you want to think of the Leafs, it's a damn good team over there on that side, and they're not going to roll over. They're not going to roll over. It's going to be a tough time. But Montreal, if they can get in there early, pop a goal really quick if possible, and maybe get Campbell off his game, be really, really great if that would happen. I'm being joined here by someone we don't have on very often. Hey, Shamir, how's it going? Everybody say hi to Shamir. Let me take that comment off, and then you can see Shamir's name.
Hey, Rick. Hey, everyone.
No. Is that the name that you see there? Does it say Rick?
Hey, Meathead.
Hey, there you go. So it's Meathead and Shamir,
Yes.
and we're here to bring you this pregame show. So, Shamir, someone just asked me how I feel about this game. I gave my answer, kind of wishy-washy, but it was still my answer.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard it.
No, I didn't.
You didn't. I think Toronto wins, but I think Montreal can win, and I called the game for Montreal. So how do you feel about going into this game?
I think that my gut tells me that Montreal can really pull out a win because Carey Price,
Awesome, Harry.
he seems to, I don't know, like we saw in the RTP, he really played well, and my gut just tells me that Montreal, they have a chance here.
They do. I mean, they do have a chance. I think. I'm calling like they can get a quick start, pop a goal real quick.
Yeah.
You got to figure Toronto's got to feel some pressure. Not that Montreal has 0-0 pressure, but I mean, in general, they don't really have much pressure, right? They're not expected to win here, and Toronto is, and that's if Montreal can get out to a quick start, could make a big difference. Who do you think will have the best game for Montreal?
I think that it begins and ends with Carey Price.
I get that. That's not what he's asking though.
Yeah.
Who do you feel? You have any specific feeling for somebody that might have a big game here tonight?
I'm going to go with Tyler Toffoli.
It's a good pick. That's a good pick. I don't know. That's a tough question. I mean, there's no. I understand why you have to give you a minute. It's not an easy question because, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb, and since I called him possibly being the Cinderella Hab of the series and maybe the playoffs, Jake Evans. Why not? Let's see Jake Evans come out and just put out some energy, skate hard, and just do what he does, and maybe he'll pop a goal early. You never know. So, I'm going for Jake Evans as maybe the guy that the Hab that's going to stand out and maybe be the best Hab tonight.
I can definitely see that as well.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Since I said that he's going to.
Yeah, and also I think as was discussed last night in the chat,
Shamir, you have an echo. I don't hear it really.
Well, apparently somebody else said it was fixed. I think Luca was saying that it's fixed now because I think he pointed
I think it's
that
off and
too.
on. It's minor. Just
yes. I mean, the echo is just like that Pepe Le Pew cartoon where he goes, I love you, and then it just repeats back, I love you. But as we were discussing last night, somebody that really needs to step it up is Eric Stahl. This is this is where his playoff experience. This is where we.
I'm never going to say I'm expecting him to do it.
Yeah.
Let him do it, and then maybe the next game after that. So what's the Leafs lineup? So I have it here. This is the Leafs lineup announced today. So, of course, it's Hyman, Matthews, Marner on the first line, of course. Foligno, Tavares, Nylander, second line. Mikheyev, Nash, Kerfoot, third line, and Thornton, Spezza, Hyman on the fourth line. Riley and Brody, first pair. Muzzin, Hall, second pair. And Sandin and Bogosian is in. So Bogosian has been confirmed as being in. Campbell is confirmed as the starting goalie. Habs lineup. Tatar, Deneau, Gallagher, first line. Toffoli, Suzuki, Armia, second line. Perry, Stahl, Anderson, third line. Byron, Evans, Lehkonen, fourth line. Or nothing's changed since first practice. The difference here is number one pairing, listed as number one pairing too, is Edmondson, Petrie. Number two, and here's the big surprise. I can't do a drum roll for my life. Merrill Weber.
Oh.
Merrill Weber as pairing number two.
Oh.
Surprised me. And then Kulak Sherratt is number three.
Yeah.
Which I like. I thought Kulak and Sherratt played well together. Didn't they play together? I thought they played well together. I like seeing Sherratt maybe being on the third line. I think without having to ask Shamir, I think Shamir likes having Sherratt on the third line.
I give it 2 thumbs up, like Sixto and Ebert do.
Exactly. So, but what do you think of Merrill Weber?
I don't really like the sound of that.
It's an odd pairing, don't you think? It's again 2 stay-at-home guys.
Yeah.
Merrill wasn't really great on the plus minus since he got here.
Yeah, I mean, if this doesn't really work out, I mean, Ducharme really has to change that up.
I think so. Yeah. Hey, Jeremy, thank you so much, buddy. Thanks, Jeremy, for the super sticker. I can't see the sticker, unfortunately, but thank you so much. And Jeremy gets entered. By the way, that shirt's going to get drawn this week for one of these playoff games. So that shirt that my thumb is pointing at, that's the next giveaway for anybody that does donate to the channel or takes a membership. You get into that draw for that shirt, and Jeremy just got in there. Thank you so much. So some Jeremy hype and some Dono hype in the chat. And where's that? I removed that. Awesome. So let's see. Saw that Price was angry and demolished his stick at practice yesterday. Do you agree that this is a good sign? Well, we talked about it last night in our what was that we did last night?
Our members only membership drive
video.
Yes.
So I see it two ways personally. First of all, it was in question about whether that was actually yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. Some people were on Twitter saying that was from last year. I don't think that's from last year. That was from yesterday. I see it two ways. He's either pumped or ready to go. He missed one. I could see it that way, but with the veracity of his swing against the post of that stick, I'm wondering if it's not. He missed a shot he should have had. He's frustrated at himself not being ready yet, and that's kind of how I think it is. But it's one way or the other, so I don't know. Steve Dangle made a good point today about Carey Price. And I guess an odd place to get it from. But he said, if Price is feeling good, it's all you need. And you know what? If he's feeling good going into the game, that's it. That's all. Whatever frustration he had yesterday doesn't mean it's carrying over into today. It doesn't mean anything. So I don't know. That's the best I can give you. I know it's long-winded, and I don't even know if I answered the question. But what do you think about that, Shamir?
Yeah, I really don't think that I don't think I can really add any more to it than that and what we discussed last night. By the way, people, go check that out from last night. And
become a member. Watch the membership drive and take a membership. Awesome, and then you get entered into that draw for the giveaway. And
usually playoff Price. 99 times out of 100, I'm confident because he's usually zoned in.
Price's numbers from last season in the RTP, which was playoffs, 5-5 record, which wasn't great, but I mean that's not him exactly. What counted was the 178 goals against and the 936 save percentage. When it came to playoff time, he delivered there where it counted. Yep. If he can do that again, then that's all that matters. Whether he broke a stick against the post yesterday or not doesn't really matter.
And fingers crossed fingers crossed that Price is 100% healthy.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all that matters. I don't think that yesterday, whatever happened, I don't think it means anything. Thank you so much, Brad. I appreciate that. Good luck tonight. Put on a good show. We try to. It's not my fault. I got to carry Shamir. It's not my fault.
Exactly.
Don't blame me.
Yeah.
No, Shamir does a great job there. She's joking now.
Yeah.
I think I got another. Andrew, thank you so much, Andrew. I hope you're wrong about Price. Go Habs, go. Did I say something bad though? Anyway, I hope he gives us what we got last playoffs. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything bad about him, so I hope I'm right about Price, really. But thanks, Andrew. So some Andrew hype and some more Dono hype, and Andrew also gets entered into that draw.
I'm feeling optimistic about Price.
I mean, there's no reason not to. No reason not to. Let's see this guy here. Who's this guy? We know this guy?
Yeah. No, he's a total stranger. I don't know how he gets past security all the time.
Is he the guy that's always targeting everybody?
I think you might be on. That's who it is.
That's who it is.
Yes.
And he's now here. No, it's just Jeff. It was yesterday. It was a Warrior stick. He had True Gear and his Roi helmet. So you mean he broke a stick he didn't care about? Okay, I don't know if it means anything though. Let's see now. How do you feel about Anderson and Armia switching lines? Could that work? Definitely could, but this is what I see about why they're putting Anderson with Stahl and Perry. It's obvious. It's going to be a checking line. This is a line that's going to cause havoc in the Toronto zone in front of the Toronto net. Going to make the defensemen wish they weren't out on the ice and that kind of stuff. So I just think it's going to be one of these physical banging lines. So, and Anderson's fully capable of that game, right? We know that. And at the same time, Perry and Anderson, Stahl theoretically is capable of scoring.
Those were the days.
Perry and Anderson have definitely shown that they're very capable of scoring this year. And I don't know. I think it's okay. What do you think, Shamir? What do you think of that line?
I like having one of those lines that's just like an agitator kind of line there. Because Brendan Gallagher's, he can't be the only one that, because,
right.
We need to get in their faces, get under their skin and just frustrate them and just throw them off their game. And I think people like Perry and Anderson and, hopefully Stahl can do that as well as, along with Gallagher because considering the offensive firepower Toronto has, we really need to, exploit, just anything game. We can. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of this? How about we refer from now on to Anderson and Gallagher as Anderson and Mini-Me?
I think you might be onto something there.
Hey, what do you guys think?
That.
Josh Anderson and his Mini-Me. It has to be because, Anderson's the big one, right? Anyway, I just thought put that out there. We'll send that to the Habs, see what Gally thinks of that. Ricky said Price might be stressed because he feels not quite ready. That's all. Oh, that's what it is. Well, no, I'm just giving a theory as to why he might have broken his stick and been like that. That's all. But I did say that I don't think it means anything going into the game because as long as he feels good, it doesn't matter if he was frustrated yesterday in practice. Remember, he's still shaking off the rust a little bit too, right? So, and honestly, I don't know that. Has anybody heard it confirmed that Price is starting? I haven't been able to find a confirmation about Price starting. So, I don't know. I guess it's still possible Allen starts. Has anybody heard?
I haven't heard anything on that front.
Well, let's hope that. We're going to find out. Give who his $5 back? Give him his $5 back. Who are we talking about? The prize tonight, by the way, for the guest to score is up. Is it playoffs? It's $10.
Ooh.
We have a guest, Harry.
Ooh,
hey guys.
What you got on your head there, bud?
I decided to dye my hair.
It's either that or you put your finger through an electrical socket there.
Well, you had different colored dots. So, Harry, what do you think of tonight's game? Who do you think is going to win tonight?
Well, I'm wearing the white jersey, so hopefully it means the Canadiens win. But my gut is telling me the Leafs, but my heart and my Habs fandom is telling me the Habs are going to somehow be able to pull up the upset tonight.
That's exactly how I described it earlier. Exactly. That's,
And also, Harry, hopefully your guy Price steals one for us tonight if he's starting.
Well, Harry, let me give you the opportunity to answer that. What do you think of that Price smashing his stick yesterday? Was it in frustration? Was it in just competition, pumped up competition mode, or what do you think?
I personally think it's a mix of both. I think Price could just be frustrated. Like you said, he could be frustrated because he's not 100%. But I hope, and I think and I hope that it's, like you said, morely out of competition, really, just wanting to be at his best. Part of me thinks he's not at his best, but he's going to perform and he's going to try. He's definitely going to try. I do think it's out of competition, though. Of course, there is always a chance it's out of frustration, but I think it's more so out of him just wanting to be as best as he can.
Yeah, no, I you know what? It makes a lot of sense that it's probably a little bit of both, right? Probably a little bit of both. And that, you know what? If anything, it shows that he is everyone who said, oh, well, Price doesn't care anymore. Well, I don't know that he breaks his stick like that if he doesn't care about what's going on, right? You know, you got to say that.
Yeah.
I just take a break for a sec. Everybody, if you're having a good time, please give a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, ring that notifications bell. And when you're done doing that, consider heading over to Harry's channel after this pregame show is on, and go and give him a subscribe and go watch him after the game, because he does a show after the game. And if they lose, he gets pretty excited. And if they win, I think he does as well. So, yeah, so do that, please. I appreciate that. One more note, I wanted to mention this. It's nothing big, but people were wondering why Jordan Wheel was not named to the Black Aces squad. And it's not been officially released, but it was a good source. I'm not sure if it was Eric Engels or someone like that anyway. I'll read what I got here. He's expected to announce, it's over here. Sorry, my desk is messy. He's expected to announce he has signed a 1-year deal to play for KHL's AK Bars Kazan. And it's the reason he wasn't named to the Black Aces squad. So Jordan Wheel, he is a bye-bye off to Russia. So that's just something that I wanted to get in there. Let's just see what we got going on here. Let's see. This guy, I'm not sure. Do you know this guy, Harry? GGR? Do you know him? Who that
No,
is?
I don't think I do.
I don't know. He's got these weird ideas. Anyways, GGR is saying Habs have to win 2 games for everyone to keep their job. So what do you think about that? Jeff says that, by the way. Jeff. It's Jeff. I'm just pulling Jeff's leg.
Oh, I thought GGR was like short for maybe like a part of Montreal or something, like PTO or something.
Let's see. Go get Rick. Oh, it's for Go Get Rick. That's got to be what it is. GGR.
Oh.
Remember, everybody, if you're having a good time, please give a thumbs up. Let's see if we can get, we've got, what, 50 in the room? Let's see if we can get 50 thumbs up before the end. We still got a good 20 minutes to go here. All right. What did he ask there, that guy? That guy asked, do you think they need to win at least 2 games for these guys to keep their jobs? Who wants to go first? Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Everybody ready?
Oh, all right.
No, Shamir's not ready. Okay, Harry, you go first. I think Shamir's frozen there. Shamir might be frozen there.
Yeah. It was a great frame for him to freeze on as well.
Yeah, really, eh? I think he's frozen there. Shamir, if you don't know, you're frozen. Okay, Harry, so what do you think of that?
Shamir, say something shocking.
It's too bad I can't do sort of my voice there, whatever they call that. That'd be really funny now. Just so that it doesn't scare people, I'm going to remove Shamir for now until he gets back. Yeah. He had issues. He's got tech issues. So when he gets back in, we'll put him back on. So, Harry, what do you think of them needing to win 2 games? I imagine he's talking about Bergevin, Ducharme, the other coaches. What do you think?
Personally, I don't know. I don't know if they have to win 2 games. I mean, Bergevin already has 1 year left on his current contract, and we've seen it with other areas like Vancouver and I believe Buffalo as well, where they've kind of come up and not really said it, that they're not firing their coaches or GMs or anything because they would have to pay them to not do anything, then hire someone else to do that job, and teams are already hemorrhaging money due to COVID and everything that's going on. So
true. That's a good point, actually.
Regardless,
that's a good point. That's not a point you hear often, and it's a very good point. It is.
Yeah, I forget who brought it up. I think it was the hockey guy. I can't take credit for it. I think it was the hockey guy. I heard that from him. I was like, yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. Okay, keep going.
But yeah, like regardless if it is, we win 2 games or we don't, I think Bergevin absolutely keeps his job. Personally, I think he's done an incredible job. I've mentioned this before. I'll mention it again. He's brought in so many guys that are so useful to the team, obviously, to Foley, Anderson. In a way, Stahl, he's not been incredibly too bad. He's just not been getting points. Perry, obviously, Edmondson, Allen. He's brought in all these guys that have really been helpful to the team this year. And I don't think Jeff Molson's going to look at that. And if we are out in the first round, say either in 4 or 5, I don't think he's going to look at that and say, "Oh, this is Bergevin's fault. Fire him. Let's get a new GM to try and fix this." I think Bergevin is in a new plan. I know people like to dog on him because he had the 5-year plan that didn't come to fruition, but I genuinely think he has learned. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, but the 5-year plan is a fallacy. But okay, go ahead.
But I do think he's obviously gotten more experienced in the 9 years that he's had as Habs GM, and I think he's done an incredible job, and it's only going to get better in my opinion. Like I said, he's done so many jobs, and I agree with what Johnny B just put in the chat. Bergevin definitely put a good team in place. It's up to the guys on the ice to play, which is why I think some of the coaches are going to be done this year. I think Luke Richardson as defensive coach, I believe that's what he is, right? The defensive coach.
Yeah.
I think Richardson's done. I think Burroughs is going to stay. He was just hired. He's going to have at least another year or two. Plus, the power play has looked, in my opinion, really much better since he's taken over. We might not score every game on the power play, but I've really liked what Burroughs has brought to it. Personally, I'm mixed about Ducharme. Part of me thinks, okay, Bergevin and Molson, they're going to look at, we got to the playoffs, keep Ducharme. But part of me is like, if we get swept and we're played terribly, we're absolutely going to fire Ducharme. Part of me is thinking, yes, we're going to keep Ducharme. And part of me is like, no, we're not. Part of me wants to agree with what Jeff has said, that we should see up to next training camp with Ducharme and just see how he goes there, give him a little bit into next season. And I want to agree with that. But part of me is looking at all the things that Ducharme has done wrong since joining the team as head coach. And I'm just like, how can we keep this into next season? How can we deal with this into next season? Even if he's inexperienced, like how can we make playoffs in a tough Atlantic division with Dom Ducharme as our head coach? So part of me hopes that he's gonna be fired regardless.
Well, and I wonder how much we can read into the fact that Bergevin didn't give him head coach, gave him interim coach, right?
Yeah,
I think it left the door open for if things went bad, like really bad, that Ducharme might not be back. I think Bergevin's coming back next season. I think it doesn't matter. I don't think doesn't matter what happens here. Bergevin's coming back. I think if Ducharme goes and they really shoot the bed, I think I said it in my preview that I think maybe they come back with a whole new coaching staff. Or I was talking to somebody and I said that. I don't remember now. Because Bergevin didn't. I think that's the reason why he's interim and he's not. It was just in case he wanted to cover his ass. So I think that might be pretty. But that might be pretty intelligent right there, right? Not giving him the head coach, saying it's interim. Anyway, so I think Bergevin keeps his job, but I do think though, Ducharme might need to win a couple of games to keep his job. Like if they go out in 4, I don't know. I don't know how good that's going to be. Okay, let's get to another couple.
Nix him immediately.
Yeah. A lot of things could work, but Montreal is going to need to play way above their heads in order to win. This is somewhat true. Offensively, I think they might have to. But, this is doesn't mean they can't do that, right? Especially it's only if it's just one series you're talking about, right? So they can play above their heads to beat one team. It doesn't mean they're going to do it all the way through. They might get, they might catch up to them, but you could do that in a series. Not a problem. Oh, how far back? Oh, okay. I thought there was more. I don't know how many I missed. Some of MB's moves pretty much got us playoffs, especially Toffoli and Allen. Exactly. So that's why I don't see Bergevin. Yeah, they made the playoffs. It's not in doubt. Obviously, we're in the playoffs. So, they could lose all 4 games or in 4, and I think Bergevin's still okay. But like I said, I don't think it's the same for Ducharme. Habs are rolling in cash. They can go down without a fight and keep the fan base's trust for blood at bay if they win. They only win one game after maxing out the cap and going for it this year. That's interesting. I don't know. The fans wanted them to max out the cap for years. Now they did. If it didn't work, shouldn't they take some responsibility to that too? What do you think of that?
Yeah, like you said, we've wanted the Canadiens to max out the cap, like we've always had at least between 5 and 10 in the past, I think 3 or 4 seasons, and we've looked at that like, oh, Bergevin, go up, move, or go trade for someone or sign someone, just get something to fill that cap. And now that we do, it's like people are wanting us to not spend the cap. People are like, oh, why'd you spend the cap? You're like, but they don't realize it's only for this 1 year. Stahl's likely gone next year. Allen took a nearly $3 million pay cut. If he stays with the team and isn't picked by Seattle, he took a $3 million pay cut. So that's actually helping us out. Kotkaniemi, yes, is... Oh, sorry?
It was 2.5 there, and Stahl's not coming back next year.
Yeah. Like, even if we bring back Corey Perry, like, he's not going to make more than $1 million. We're not going to pay him $4.5 million for 3 years. We're not the Canadiens of 2003.
No, exactly. You know what, though? If Perry has a good playoff, I can see them re-signing him. But, I mean, at league minimum again.
Yep,
he's not going to make a ton of money. Maybe at $1 million a year, so he might get a raise to $1 million.
Yeah, I could see that.
If he has a good playoff, sure.
And, Kotkaniemi, I think he's up. I think there's a few other guys that are up, but there's not really... Oh.
What?
Oh, am I frozen? Oh, there we go. There we go.
No, you're back. You're back. No worries.
Oh, like I was saying before, my Wi-Fi rudely cut me off. I think Kotkaniemi's up this year. I think he's off his ELC. I think there's a few other guys that are off. I think Armia and Lehkonen are RFA and UFA. So I don't think they're going to get too big raises. They're probably actually going to get downgrades in their pay. So I think we're actually going to have a bit more cap to spend than we did this year.
So on that note, what do you think? You think for next year, you think Tatar, Danault come back?
Tatar, low chance. I don't think so, unless he takes a massive pay cut to remain in our top 6. I know he does like being in Montreal, it seems, so I think he would want to take a pay cut. Danault, 100%. We absolutely need Danault in our lineup. I love Jake Evans. I think Jake Evans is an incredible two-way forward, but he's best suited to be a number 3 center at best right now. I can't see him straight up replacing Danault on that first line. I think you have to bring back Danault, even if it's at 5 or 6 million.
But wait, you don't. But wait, you don't want to. I was watching you on the other screen. I'm on Twitch as well. That's why I was lost there. You don't want Evans to replace Danault on the first line. If Evans is going to replace Danault, it's going to be putting him in third line position, where basically that's kind of straightening out what. But I mean, that's taking a chance on KK being ready and all that stuff. So, but I mean, I'm not so sure. What if Evans has a great playoffs? And Danault maybe so. We might see a changing of the guard there. Shamir, you're quiet down there. What do you think?
Well,
we thought you were frozen again. We thought you were frozen again. Not
yeah, I'm like Dr. Evil, always being frozen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that Tatar. Yeah, I think that he will be. He'll likely be gone at the end of the season. Danault, I think that he definitely won't get that kind of offer that he got during the off season, and I think that it would be I'd be surprised if he's still asking for even that level. So I still think that he comes back because he is our best center and our best face-off guy right now, especially to keep mentoring the youngsters. For Evans, if he does have a great playoffs, well, that makes things a lot more dicey between him and Danault.
Let me ask you something on that. The teams in Edmonton's division, You don't think one of those teams might be interested in signing Phil Deneau and might throw some money at him? That's for you too, Harry. You can answer that too.
I can definitely, I can definitely see that, but I think that Deneau does want to stay in Montreal, but it is difficult, for Deneau to ask, or at least ask for something that he was offered, and I just don't know if any other team would really offer more than he's worth right now, which is what he'll likely, which is what he'll get offered by the Habs, especially with the not so great season that he's been having this year.
What do you think, Harry? You think he might field a couple of offers from the West Division, or that, I don't know what division they're Central? They're in the Central or the West?
Pacific, maybe,
Pacific, right. The way Deneau handled McDavid pretty well I think there's a possibility that you might see him actually get some decent offers that Montreal might have to offer more than they might want to. It might surprise us. I'd be afraid to wake up one day and then, Deneau signs for $6 million 6 years with San Jose, like San Jose or something, right?
Do we know if Edmonton would have the? Yeah, I'm just not too familiar with Edmonton's cap situation. Would they have the necessary cap room to make that kind of an offer?
No, I don't think Edmonton's going to sign them, but I'm saying the teams in their division, to get them to shut down. The teams that play Edmonton the most might want. There might be a team there that wants to sign them. I don't know. I'm just saying. It doesn't mean it'll happen, but so Montreal might have to give him a higher offer than we might think because of that. That's all. I'm just throwing that out there. Like a spaghetti, you throw it on the wall, see if it sticks. It doesn't always stick. Let's see what this one is. How much are second line center? How much do they make? $6 million easy. Well, second line center can, depending on. He's got to be good center though. I don't know. You got to give more context to that, I think. Deneau is not going to have more than 5.5. No way, with all the respect I have for him. But still, how many people I've talked to this season that want to offer him 5.5, right? Like I can see the same as Toffoli, right? I can see 4.25. I think Tatar has to go about that as well if he wants to stay. Right, and maybe 4 for Deneau. What do you guys think? What kind of offer do you think Montreal should give those guys?
I don't know if Montreal would still offer Deneau what he was offered last during the off season. I think that Tatar. Do you know, Rick, if Tatar is having like that typical Tatar season, like points wise, and
a typical season
that we've seen?
Not what he's had here, but a typical in Detroit Tatar season. Yeah.
Okay, so because I just don't know if Montreal even offers Tatar really much because you have certain extensions kicking in and that sort of stuff, and you have to give certain players raises. I just think Tatar is probably the odd man, the one that gets squeezed out of Montreal. But I just think that if we were going to offer him something, I just don't know if we could really offer him more than what he's making right now.
Harry?
I agree with Shamir. I don't know if the Canadiens do tender an offer to Tatar after all. If we do, I do agree with you. I think it would have to be a little bit less than what he's currently making. I think he's making 5.5 right now, right?
5.3.
5.3. Thank you.
Yeah.
I agree in the 4.25, 4.5 range, and I think the season he had last year before the season was shut down is probably a career high that he's going to have.
Yeah.
If we're paying him off that one season, then that's not going to be good. If we're paying him off of his typical season, good 20 goal scorer, 40, 50 point, 40 point guy, 40, 50 point guy, then paying him 4.25, something around there is good. He's a good second line guy. But for me, I don't think we do it. I don't think we go out and pay Tatar. And I just want to, if you don't mind, I want to reply to the guy who said Danault's not going to have more than 5.5. You never, Eric G, I believe. Yeah, Eric G said that.
Yeah, I think I put it
you
up
never. Yeah, you did. Yeah. You can never guarantee a guy's only going to make a certain amount of money. Tyson Barrie, we thought he was only going to make 2.5, 2.75, maybe 3 million. Dude ended up getting paid $6 million for a year by Edmonton. And plus, if there's a bidding war, if there's 3 or 4 teams, if there's 3 or 4 teams, exactly. If there's 3 or 4 teams, a team might look at Danault, hey, we'll give you 5 million. He's like, okay. Team comes along, we'll give you 5.5, 5.75, 6. And the next thing you know, you're paying Philip Danault $7.5 million for 4 years because that's where the bidding war went to.
Yeah, that could happen. No, literally could happen. I don't think it goes that high, but I mean, that could, bring it up more than Montreal wants to go. So, yeah, I think, I think the question is like, we're been asked this a lot, right? Is Tatar and Danault going to resign? I don't even think there's an answer there yet, right? I think it depends on how the playoffs go. If both of those players are really, really good, like they stand out in these playoffs, which Tatar is not typical of having a great playoffs, if I'm correct. He's not a typical playoff performer. Typically, I'd say great. Yeah, I don't think so. So, yeah, I don't know. Danault, I fully expect could have a really great series and playoffs, and Montreal is going to be forced to re-sign him just from that. That could happen. So I kind of hope that's let him have that. That could be really good. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. This who's that? Lucas saying if we're paying Toff 4.25 and Anderson 5.5, I think 4.5 is fair for Tuna. I think so too. I think 4 to 4.5, depending what he'll sign for. Yeah, I think, and depending on the term as well. He's 30. How old is
30, 31 or so in that range?
So
I think
you're looking at what? 3 years at the most?
3-4 years, maybe?
I say 3. I would say 3 for me. What do you think, Shamir? 3 years? 4 years?
Yeah, I would say maybe 3 years would sound about right.
Yeah, I think in this climate, I think 3 for me.
And, and also in this flat cap era, because that's going to be for a few years still.
Okay. I don't thought. Oh, well, okay, that's fair comment. One more thing we're gonna talk about that I gotta walk my dog and all that, and then be ready for the next one. So, I want to find one thing to find something to talk. Hang on a second. Oh boy, isn't that a great time to not find what you're looking for? Oh my god. Well, this is interesting. Let's talk about Suzuki for a second before we go. So Johnny B saying, depending on playoffs and the offseason, Suzuki might be ready for first line center, in my opinion. And it's not the reason that I actually took this comment, because who knows really for next year. But my question for you guys here is, what are you expecting out of Nick Suzuki? Do you expect, because he's got 7 goals, 7 assists, and 14 points in his last 11 games of the season. Last season in the playoffs, his rookie season, he had 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points in 10 games. So do you expect to see a little bit better? And do you expect to see him continue that stepping up kind of like next year that he did at the end of the season? Do you expect that to continue here in the playoffs? Who wants to handle it first? Shamir, you're looking ready to go. Go ahead.
I'm definitely expecting that from Suzuki, because apart from Caulfield, towards the end of the season, he was really the one that was putting up points and goals on the score sheet. And we kind of expect him to up his game and take the next step, because especially let's say we don't for instance, if Danault doesn't return, I mean, we also just need him, especially because and we also need him to start doing better on faceoffs as well, because
he's doing better. Suzuki's on you.
So we need him to get better just in case of whatever happens with Danault.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he's one of the guys that needs to be the heir apparent in terms of faceoffs there as well. So I'm really expecting Suzuki to knock it out of the park offense wise in these playoffs.
What do you think, Carey?
Yeah, I agree with Shamir again. I think I expect Suzuki to kind of give similar numbers to what he did last year. Like, obviously, I think for me it's unrealistic to assume Suzuki's going to perform like Nathan MacKinnon has. I think he has 7 points in 2 games. Like, I've seen like one or two people saying, "Oh, Suzuki can put up MacKinnon numbers." Like, no, he's not going to. At least not this year. It's possible in the future, but not going to happen. But I do think he could be point per game. I think if this series goes 7 games, I think he could have 7, 8, maybe 9 points in the series. I think he's going to do great. I can see him definitely putting up a lot of assists, few goals here and there, a couple key goals, maybe an overtime winner, hopefully. But I expect Suzuki to step up his game. I know I'm someone who's just been kind of like, oh, let's just see how it goes, see how the playoff goes. But Suzuki's one of those guys I'm expecting a little bit more from this year, personally.
Yeah, I mean, and if you look back in his career, go back to his junior days, he's the guy that steps it up when the games are big and you get to the playoffs or a run to the playoffs. He steps up his game, and he did it last year. He showed in the end of the season he was doing that. No reason to expect him to slow it down. I think he'll have I'm not as optimistic but I see him, if he has 5 points in a 7-game series here, I think that's going to be a great contribution from him. If it's more, great, but that's what I'm looking at, and just to do his part. And I think we're going to be really good. So on that note, I got to run because I got to go do a couple things before the next stream. Harry, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Hadn't seen you in a while, so it's good to see you back. And Shamir, as always, thanks for being here and taking part.
Thank you.
You're welcome in the next video as all you want. Everybody, first of all, let's not forget Shamir. Shamir has a channel on YouTube. Check it out. He does a lot of different kinds of comedy style videos, I think. So
great content. Great content from Shamir.
Yeah, thank you.
And check out Harry as well. And don't forget, after the game, Harry does he'll go talk about the game. So please go check him out there and give a subscribe to both of them. And so thanks for taking part. Really appreciate it. I want to thank everybody who has been here. Give a thumbs up if you had a good time. Subscribe if you haven't and you want to get more of this kind of content. And thanks for the people who gave money and donated. You'll be in the draw for that shirt there. And hopefully I'll see you guys all in roughly 40 minutes. Not roughly, in 40 minutes. I'll be back to do the game, and we'll have hopefully these guys back and some other people. And we'll have some fun and hopefully have a really good result tonight. But if not, let's hope it's a really good, exciting game and we just get the most out of it. And we'll get some good signs and whatever. But I hope they win. That's all I got to say. Otherwise, I'm just going to babble away. So thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you soon. Peace out. Thanks, guys. See you in a bit. Bye, everybody.